Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am a homeschooling mom to a 10-year-old going into 5th grade this coming up year. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what is in our nature study bag. And so this is just a canvas bag that I got off of Amazon or Temu. I can't remember, it's been a while. But it has a bunch of different pockets with these elastic bands for things that are tall. There's pockets all around the entire thing. And this is what we use when we do our nature study. This is what we grab before we head outdoors. So today I'm going to share with you what we currently have in here, which is from our 4th grade year, and then what we're going to keep in here for 5th grade and how we'll be using this bag, because we're going to be using it for nature study, but we're also going to be using it for Field Afar from Beautiful Feet, because they have a lot of watercoloring and things like that. And essentially when we built this kit, it was because we were doing Beautiful Feet Seasons Afar. And so I think that there will be similarities on doing the lessons outdoors and the watercolor and all that. So I'm thinking this kit will work for both our nature study and our new Beautiful Feet Field Afar curriculum. Okay, so first up we have our nature study notebook. This is actually what we used in 4th grade. I just added a little page that's a divider for basically for 5th grade, because I don't want any of the pages to go to waste. And so we'll just continue on, and then when we fill it up, we'll just move to another one. And same thing, it could be a split year or not, but that's kind of how we're going to do our nature study notebook. We have a watercolor set. And then we do have the swatches. We haven't finished filling in the colors yet. We have a yogurt jar for our water. We have a couple paint palettes. We have some colored pencils, and we like these just because they are like compact and easy for our travel bag. We have the book Slow Down. So this is what we used for Seasons Afield. And so this is going to be taken out. We have watercolor paper, a couple of pieces from 4th grade. We have a sketch pad. This is from 5 Below, I think. Some more pieces from last year. Some pieces that we didn't use from Beautiful Feet. They're watercolor cards. I'm going to hold on to these because the parts that we didn't get to in her 4th grade curriculum, we still will probably do eventually, just because we really liked that curriculum. It looks like we have field note cards that we didn't get to from Beautiful Feet, and some more watercolor cards. And then this is For the Love of Homeschooling, and we're actually going to do this year during spooky season. No, actually we're doing this during the winter, the moon phases. We have the watercolor book that went side by side with the Beautiful Feet curriculum. So that's going to be taken out as we replace it with the new one. We have some little index cards. They're just blank on one side and then lined on the other. We have some micro fine liner drawing pens. So this is just the black ink to be able to draw I guess this book doesn't really have it. We like to do some of the outline in the black ink. Like this, how we did with this berry, basically. And we do that with a lot of our watercolors, so that's what those are for. So those will definitely stay in the bag. We have some metallic watercolors. We have a white crayon, a bunch of different paint brushes, and just a black pencil. Some glue sticks. We have a little bag. Oh, this is washi tape in case we need to tape off any part of our paper for painting, or just to tape stuff in like leaves or anything like that that we would collect in nature. We have this black Sharpie pen, but this is almost on its way out, which is why we got those fine liner markers. And a sketch pencil and a bunch more paintbrushes. Okay, what we will be adding is, this will be the new watercolor book we have in here. This is the one that goes with Field Afar. And then this watercolor book, which we will be using for our nature studies and seasonal studies. And then this one, and in this one we use it for art inspiration, but also I just really like the little poems in here. They're just really sweet, and that's what we'll start with, as since we're starting school, it's still technically summer, and then we will switch these into the corresponding seasons as we go through them. And a child's calendar. This is also poetry for every month, so these will go in there. And then there's only two things left. There is her far afield logbook. This will go in there. And then her nature study field notebook. This is what I pieced together with resources. So this is what we're going to be using for our nature study. And I'm not going to put the teacher manuals in there for both our general nature seasonal study or for our far field. These are not going to go in there because I pull them out too much to plan. And so usually I just keep these on the side. I have an area where I have all my teacher books, and then I pull out what I need when it comes to planning. And so it's just a hassle for me to pull this bag down as much as I have to go into these books, where typically I'm pulling this bag down maybe once or twice a week, but always like after the plan is already established. So that is what our nature study book is going to look like. There'll be other books that I add to it as I'm planning. For example, as we're going through this, if we're doing something outside, depending on where we are in the curriculum, I would be adding whatever associated book will go with it. But I'm not going to just keep them in here, making this, the bag's already pretty heavy, more heavy than it needs to be. By adding all this, I'll just add them as we go across them. And that's it. If you've watched it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And until next time, bye.